You are dying, not in the distant, comfortable future, but right now, second by second, as the clock on your wall steals the only currency you can never earn back. You are trading the heartbeat you just had for a version of yourself that you don't even like. Most people will spend their entire lives waiting for a permission slip that is never coming, standing at the edge of the water, terrified of the cold, while the tide slowly pulls the ground out from under their feet. The paradox of your existence is that you are more afraid of the person you could become than the person you are currently failing to be. You think your problem is a lack of opportunity or a lack of money or a lack of time, but the truth is much more violent than that. You're addicted to the comfort of your own misery. You have built a home inside your excuses. You have decorated the walls of your cage with the stories of why you can't, and you've stayed there so long that the bars have started to look like protection. But look at your hands. Look at the life you've built. Is this the masterpiece, or is this just the waiting room? The mountain doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if your childhood was hard or if your last 3 ventures failed. The mountain just sits there, silent and massive, demanding a version of you that doesn't exist yet. To reach the top, you have to kill the person you are today. That's the part they don't put on the motivational posters. They talk about growth as if it's a beautiful blooming flower, but real change is a forest fire. It is a calculated destruction of everything you thought you knew about yourself. It is the agonizing realization that the version of you that got you here is the very thing preventing you from going there. You are the protagonist of a story that you are currently writing in the passive voice. You are letting the world happen to you. You are reacting to the weather, reacting to the news, reacting to the opinions of people who haven't even figured out their own lives. You are a ghost in your own machine. Think about the weight of the same. The pain of staying the same is a slow rhythmic throb. It's a dull ache in your chest when you wake up and realize you're just repeating the same day for the 4,000th time. It's the quiet shame of looking in the mirror and seeing a stranger who has settled for a fraction of their potential. That pain is a poison. It's a slow-release toxin that kills your spirit before it kills your body. But the pain of change, that pain is a scalpel. It is sharp, it is immediate, and it is surgical. It cuts away the rot. It removes the dead weight. Yes, it hurts to wake up at 4 a.m. when the world is cold and silent. Yes, it hurts to say no to the people who want to keep you at their level because your growth makes them feel small. Yes, it hurts to look at your bank account, your fitness, and your relationships and admit I did this. This is my fault. But that pain has a purpose. It is the heat required to forge the steel. You've been told that you need to find yourself. That is a lie. You aren't something hidden under a rock. You are not a lost set of keys. You are a void that needs to be filled with action. You don't find yourself. You build yourself brick by agonizing brick. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you lay a stone. Every time you break one, you tear the wall down. Most of you are living in a pile of rubble and wondering why you feel cold. The mindset shift isn't about thinking happy thoughts or manifesting a Ferrari while you sit on your couch eating processed garbage. It's about a fundamental rewiring of your nervous system to prefer the struggle over the stagnation. It's about teaching your brain that the danger it feels when you try something new is actually the feeling of being alive. The world is designed to keep you average. The algorithms are tuned to your weaknesses. The food is designed to keep you lethargic. The entertainment is designed to keep you distracted. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry dedicated to making sure you never wake up. If you are normal, you are losing. If you are doing what everyone else is doing, you are headed exactly where they are going. A life of quiet desperation and a funeral where people struggle to find something meaningful to say. You have to become a glitch in the system. You have to develop a level of obsession that makes the people around you uncomfortable. If they aren't calling you crazy, you aren't working hard enough. If they aren't worried about you, you haven't pushed far enough into the unknown. Nature doesn't recognize fair. A lion doesn't apologize to the gazelle. The storm doesn't ask for permission before it breaks the oak tree. Only humans have invented this idea that life owes us a smooth path. Life owes you nothing but the breath in your lungs. And Even that is a temporary loan. The universe is indifferent to your suffering, but it is incredibly responsive to your courage. When you stop complaining and start commanding, the atmosphere around you begins to shift. It's a psychological frequency. When you truly decide, that failure is no longer an option, not in a cheesy never give up way, but in a I will die before I accept a mediocre life way. Your brain stops looking for exits and starts looking for solutions. Your mind is a grand architect, but most of you are using it to build a bunker. You're hiding from the what ifs. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I lose it all? Let me give you a better what if. What if you stay exactly where you are for the next 30 years? What if you reach the end of your life and you meet the person you could have become, and you realize that the only difference between you and them was a handful of decisions and a bit of grit? That is the true definition of hell. To meet the ghost of your potential and realize you were the one who murdered it. You think you have time. That's the ultimate deception. You think there's a perfect moment coming when the stars will align and you'll feel ready. You will never feel ready. Ready is a myth. There's only now, and there is never. Every minute you spend preparing to start is a minute you have spent dying. Stop reading the books. Stop watching the videos. Stop talking about it over drinks. Go into the dark. Go into the place where you have no idea what you're doing and do it anyway. The bridge only appears after you've taken the first step into the abyss. This isn't a speech. It's a wake-up call for the part of you that is still screaming under the weight of your excuses. That voice, that tiny persistent itch that tells you there is more that's the only real thing about you, everything else is a mask. The job tit, the social media profile, the clothes, the persona, it's all theater. Beneath it all, there is a primal hunger. You've been trying to feed it with dopamine and distractions, but it only eats one thing, achievement. It only hungers for the expansion of your own soul. If you want to change your life, you have to change the internal narrative. You have to stop being the victim in your own movie. You are not the person things happen to. You are the person who happens to things. When a problem arises, you don't ask, why is this happening? You ask, what is this teaching me and how can I use this? The shift from a passive to an active mindset is the difference between being a leaf in the wind and being the wind itself. It requires a level of extreme ownership that is terrifying to most. It means admitting that if your life is a mess, it's because you are the mess. But that is the most empowering realization you will ever have. Because if you are the problem, you are also the only possible solution. The silence is coming. One day, the noise of the world will fade, and it will just be you and your memories. You will look back at this moment, this very second, as a crossroads. You can keep scrolling. You can go back to the familiar warmth of your dissatisfaction. You can tell yourself that tomorrow will be different, even though tomorrow is just today wearing a mask. Or you can decide, right here in the quiet of your own mind, that the old you is dead. You could walk away from the person you've been protecting and start the long, hard climb. The air is thin up there. The path is jagged. You will bleed, you will sweat, you will doubt yourself every single step of the way. But when you finally stand on that peak and look down at the world you used to fear, you will realize that the mountain wasn't there to be conquered. It was there to show you that you are the only thing that was ever standing in your way. Close your eyes for a second. Feel the blood moving through your veins. That is a ticking clock. That is the sound of your life burning away. What are you going to do with the ashes? Don't answer me. Don't leave a comment. Don't tell your friends. Just stand up, walk to the door, and start.